this is Julie from stampinjulie.com, and today I wanted to give you a little tour of my craft space. I actually share this craft space with our exercise room, but I have this little nook right here that's actually not very big but very, very efficient. On my desk I keep everything that is that I use all the time. So if it's something that I grab for every day, it's going to be right here on my desk. So I've got over here on the right, I have my markers, I have my Stampin' Scrub Mist, and usually I have my scrubber right there next to it, but it's being washed upstairs. I have my markers and pens that I want to have available to me. I have all my stamp pads, and they're coordinated by color family, and I have the re-inkers for those stamp pads. Almost all of them are stored up right here at the top, and you can see that I've labeled each collection with what the collection is. So that's my Brights and Regals and Neutrals. Okay, right here in the little pen case, I actually have my big craft scissors, which I love. I also keep some notepads. My color coach is right here next to me where I can get a hold of it. I have my cloth for cleaning my blocks, my Stamp-A-Majig, and some other notepads and sticky notes. There's all my blocks. I like to have them right there because I use them constantly. I've got my paper piercer right here on my desk, stored in a little sponge that I just stick it in so it's right there accessible. You have to be careful with your blocks to make sure that you store them in a way that they're not going to get scratched. I'd probably put them in a container of some kind and just drop them in, but they would get scratched up that way. So I just stack them gently on top of each other and leave them right there on the desk. I have a couple of natural light lamps that I use that I love. Every once in a while I'll come down here and I'll start crafting and I'll realize I never did turn my lamp on, which is really funny. In my little roundabout here, I have my adhesive, I have scissors, I have brushes, more adhesive, my StazOn cleaner. You can see my glue dots right there, and the, what is that, sanding block. This is another sprayer that I have that I put water in that I keep there, the bone folder, dimensionals, so forth. I even keep a ruler up here and some other just miscellaneous supplies in there. Over here on the left is my tool table. It's got my Big Shot that I use almost every day, my circle cutter that I use rather infrequently, and I probably will be storing that away. This is my diagonal plate on my score tool. I love this thing, use it all the time, so I have that out and ready. And I love my tabletop cutter, and I keep that right here on the table. I store other cutters below that I might occasionally use, and I also have my, you can see my heat tools down there on the floor. It's not pretty, but it's down there. I keep projects up here, a painting that I painted, and then on this fun little antique looking box I keep the ribbons that I use frequently, some more projects up here at the top, my, well, I don't know why I have sore throat spray down there, but I do. My embellishments are all on this rotating rack here, and they're easily accessible. Here's my light box on top of my dresser. You can see all those little color swatches on there. That's, I'm trying to decide what color I'm going to paint that eventually. But my light box is up here so that I can quickly take pictures of my projects. I keep, when I'm sitting at my desk, I can swivel around to this desk, so I keep the things that I use most frequently right in these middle drawers. So you can see all my punches in that drawer. And then in this drawer I have the smaller punches grouped in a box. I have my glitter in that container. I have watercolor pens, and my label ruler you can see back there as well, and my embellishments are stored right there in those divided boxes. The rest of the drawers have other odds and ends that I use less frequently. So that's the left side. So the right side of my desk, I have all my paper, and my paper is stored in this stack, and you can see the files are labeled with the color and the number, and each file folder has the paper and all the scraps that go with that color. And I keep that by color family as well, and I keep a chart up above it so I can keep track of what I've got there. I also have more projects stored up here on the left side. And then down here I keep, and again, the middle 2 rows right here are the ones that, or I guess I should say 3 rows right here, are the rows that I go to most frequently. Obviously my stamp sets right there, and then underneath that I have boxes with different things. You can see my Sizzix box, adhesives, envelopes, glitter, embossing, ribbon. These 4 on the top generally have the things that I go to most often because I can get to them the quickest. Then below that I have all my pattern paper, my current pattern papers, and I just keep them in their sleeves that they come in. I just cut the top and then I circle what it is. And I also will put the colors in that pack on the back so I can keep track of what colors there are. My extra catalogs that I keep close by. And then over here a little further off you'll see my containers with my dies, my big dies in it, and then some card boxes. Down here I store some of my dies that are retired now that I don't use as frequently. But on this shelf right here, and you can see that I used just an insert for one of those storage boxes, and I put that right on the shelf so I could put my dies right there, my big dies right there on the shelf. And then I have this fun little drawer that sits on the shelf that has more of my dies on it. The rest of it, I still need to remodel this. I've got a lot of work to do in this room, but this is basically where I do all my work, and I just love sitting at this desk and being able to turn to the right to get my papers and my stamps, my ink pads right there, everything I need on my desk to put things together, all my tools right there, my punches, glitters, embellishments right there in those drawers. So it's very, very handy. I'll show you, I have one more drawer right here. This desk is broken. Right here where I keep all my neutrals that I go to quite frequently. So I have my ink colors in here, and my whites and my vanillas right here in this side drawer. And then I keep a large trash can underneath my desk for paper scraps, and it just happens to be empty right now because my good son took it all out to the trash yesterday. So anyway, that's my craft room. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I will show you more as I do more remodeling on my space. Bye!